Hi, my name's Chantel Delaney. I am a certified herbal practitioner and product educator for M Squared. And this video's topic is aromatherapy for the holidays. So you can tell I'm feeling pretty festive up in here. So excited to get to talk to you today about essential oils for the seasons, for sleep, for stress and digestion, and all of the other things that come with this time of year. So this is really a great time of year for essential oils. Not only do they make great gifts, but in times where we are spending more time indoors, they are a great way to kind of zhuzh up your space while enjoying the many health benefits too. So I've got some seasonal favorites that I use throughout my home that I'll go over, as well as some tricks for using them to stay happy and healthy through the season. So first I want to tell you why I always talk about Divine Essence essential oils. So these are these ones in the lovely iconic blue bottles. This is the best essential oil brand. The way they do essential oils is art, and I want to explain why in case you don't already know. So they are single origin oils, so they come from ethical wildcrafters and independent organic farmers that have to meet very high standards, the high standards of Divine Essence, as well as the high standards for the EcoCert organic certification that this brand has. So Divine Essence does not take shortcuts. If an oil or a grower doesn't meet their quality standards, they simply will not produce that oil until they find one that does. So there's a lot of integrity behind this brand. So these days, modern essential oil extraction is fairly scientific, so it's not as simple as just extracting the oil from the plant. Manufacturers will extract their oil, the ones that extract their oil in really big quantities. They test it for what's called chemotype levels, which are basically like the naturally occurring chemicals that are in an essential oil. And then they standardize them so that each batch of essential oil is exactly the same as the one before. So standardizing something like an essential oil or a herbal extract means that they're adding more components or removing or dissolving excess ones to make a uniform and consistent product batch to batch. So this process is not evil, but it does mean that the extract or the oil is no longer true to nature. So it has been adulterated. And Divine Essence does not standardize their oil. So they know that nature knows best, and that those subtle nuances of change from batch to batch, from season to season, are natural and a part of the whole experience. So I always like to tell people that Divine Essence treats their essential oils the same way a vintner treats wine. So those changes in season of soil and weather and growing conditions are what defines the end product and should be celebrated, not altered. So their oils are created mostly by steam distillation using a stainless steel alembic. And they do this because that's the gentlest way to create the essential oils, using the least amount of heat, which can destroy some of the valuable plant properties, which are essentially the medicinal qualities of the plant. So this is the best way to make essential oils if you're wanting to use them for a therapeutic purpose. Divine Essence oils are all NPN certified by Health Canada, so they're considered a natural health product, not a cosmetic product. And this is important because that means that they can put health claims on the bottle. So they're the only company to have this in Canada. And this is important because there are a lot of essential oil companies out there, and a lot of them are multi-level marketing companies. I'll try not to stay on my soapbox too long about that, but a lot of multi-level marketing companies are not very well regulated. They're tough to regulate, so those companies can really say whatever they want as far as health claims, and this can be dangerous for the consumer. So Health Canada regulations for natural health products are there to keep the consumer safe, and to encourage research in the efficacy for natural health products, and to ensure truth in marketing. So back to Divine Essence. Another thing that I always like to tell people is that they are an artisanal essential oil creator rather than an industrial one. So not only does this include that whole standardization thing that I was telling you about, but it also means that they make many of their oils in-house when they're from local plants, so they make their oils in Quebec, but they have arranged for distillation of the more tender or exotic plants to take place on the farms where they're grown or where they're harvested, so that the quality of the plant doesn't get compromised by travel and light and pollution and time. So those oils are extracted from the plants immediately after they're harvested, so they're still in prime condition, and that means that you're going to get a more effective oil if you're using it for a therapeutic reason. So their oils really are the best of the best, and the company is Canadian to boot. So win, 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 win. Okay, so let's get back to those seasonal uses that I promised. I personally love theming essential oils to the seasons. So this time of year in the holiday seasons, I like to focus on sweet orange and vanilla bourbon. I love peppermint and clove. White pine is one of my favorites. Cedarwood, frankincense, of course, and cinnamon. So I love all of these. I'm really big on spicy, herbaceous, and kind of warm essential oils in the winter. And not only are they reminiscent of the festivities, the festive season, they also have health benefits that are relevant for this time of year too. So let's talk first about using essential oils for immunity, because I think that's probably the most obvious one. So there are lots of essential oils that can help prevent illness, as well as treat symptoms like congestion and aches and pains, to help encourage rest and sleep and all those things, so that your body can recover more quickly from illness, or maybe not even get sick at all if we're lucky. So my favorite to diffuse for preventing and treating colds and flus and congestion are eucalyptus, tea tree, peppermint, and rosemary. You can use those alone, or you can combine any or all of them. And I've been using the Prana blend in my nebulizer lately. That's one that Divine Essence makes. It's an air purifying blend, and it's got eucalyptus, rosemary, tea tree, fir balsam, lemongrass, cinnamon, and peppermint. So it's a nice kind of spicy, fresh scent. It's a really great respiratory formula, and it helps to clear the sinuses and lungs and keep the air clear of pathogens. So really great one for this time of year. Eucalyptus is a really interesting essential oil when we're talking about Divine Essence, because they offer many different species of eucalyptus, and each has a slightly different characteristics. It has different characteristics, making some better for certain health concerns than others. So they have, I believe, 5 different eucalyptus options, and this is where that NPN certification from Health Canada really comes in handy, because they're able to put the best use for each oil rate on the label. So the 2 best eucalyptus is for eucalyptus is for winter and cold and flu season are the blue gum eucalyptus and eucalyptus radiata. So a good example of when to use which one. So blue gum eucalyptus is best used to soothe respiratory discomfort. So it's good for more kind of chronic lung issues like asthma, like COPD, or allergies. It's great for like labored breath, or for chest and sinus congestion, or for an unproductive cough. So that's like a dry cough. It's a really good one for that. It's very soothing to the lungs and to all the muscles. You can use it in a chest rub. You would just dilute it in a carrier oil of your choice, or you can inhale it. The eucalyptus radiata, by comparison, is more antimicrobial. So this one is best used when there's an infection present. So if you're dealing with sinusitis or rhinitis or bronchitis, any upper respiratory infection, you want to use eucalyptus radiata. Okay. Another great essential oil remedy from Divine Essence is their ready-to-use roll-ons. So they look like this. This is a brand new one here. Still got the safety seal on it. So these are great little roll-ons that can be applied all over the body. They say on them the best way to use them. So their remedy number 5 is called Cough and Cold, and this is an aromatherapeutic blend of decongestant herbs that help to open up airways and soothe coughing. So it can be applied to the chest, directly to the chest, inner wrists, and the soles of the feet. And the medicinal ingredients in that one are peppermint, rosemary, and eucalyptus radiata. I love that. The blend also contains fir balsam and camphor wood, so it's kind of got that medicinal kind of like I'm gonna feel better smell. So both of these are excellent decongestants as well as antimicrobial herbs to help treat infections. They can be applied, that one can be applied right at the onset of symptoms and throughout a cold and flu for symptom relief. Another great seasonal must-have is their remedy number 2, which is the one in my hand here. This one's called Muscles and Joints. So this one is really great for treating aches and pains that are related to cold and flu, and it's great for sore muscles and joints from physical activity too. So maybe you're skiing or snowshoeing or cross-country skiing or just shoveling your driveway. This one is a really great option for applying to any sore muscles and joints. It comes in this handy little roll-on, or it comes in a spray, which is better if you want to use it over a larger area. So the product is designed to temporarily relieve joint and muscle pain and help with movement and recovery. It's great. The medicinal ingredients in this one are pretty fun. It's wintergreen and blue gum eucalyptus, so it gives you that kind of hot cold feeling. They're also very anti-inflammatory and analgesic, or pain relieving. It also contains a species of mint called Mentha arvensis, which is also called field mint, and it's got a lavender hybrid species in here too, which are both very anti-inflammatory. So those herbs also help to reduce pain and inflammation, and this one can be used as a chest rub for congestion too, because of that wintergreen and eucalyptus that's in there. Love it. Dual purpose. Wintertime can be difficult for some people. People can really suffer from things like seasonal affective disorder or feel a drop in energy or motivation. So keeping a healthy level of physical exercise and taking a vitamin D supplement can make a big difference. And if you want to learn more about supplements for this time of year, you can have a look at our last video from a few days ago called Sleep Better, Stress Less, where we talk a bit more about that. But back to essential oils. Diffusing oils and blends that contain citruses and tree extracts and spicy herbs are really good for your mood and great for grounding you. Not only that, they can also encourage good digestion, plus they help to clear the air of mold and bacteria to help prevent illness and, all of the things that we need in these colder months. So I love to talk about aromatherapy for stress as well, because it's so powerful. It's probably the simplest thing that can make a massive difference in your mood and in your levels of stress and anxiety and sleeplessness. So these things are all very common to feel over the holidays. And if you think about it, your sense of smell has a huge effect on your emotions. If you think about how a familiar smell can take you right back to a memory, it can evoke a very strong emotional response. It literally triggers a part of your brain where the hormones that regulate your mood are managed. So you can imagine the possibility of using aromatherapy for emotional wellness. Sweet orange, lemon, and rosemary are some of my favorites for emotional wellness. I also love cedarwood, ylang ylang, and fir balsam. They help to make you feel grounded and calm. You can use these on their own or combine them. And of course, winter travel can be stressful, so I do recommend getting a car diffuser and taking your stress blend with you, because it will help for sure. Lavender, of course, is an obvious choice as well for anything stress, sleep related. It's a well-known sleep aid and relaxation herb for stress. And Divine Essence has a blend that I love. It's called Lavandula Supreme, and I never go without it. I get the big bottle of this one. It's a 4-species blend of organic lavenders that's really fresh and floral and grounding. So it's got that sweetness that comes from fine lavender, but it's also got a hint of that like camphorous medicinal smell that I find very reassuring. Really beautiful lavender, and it's a great one for sleep. I put that one on my pillow at night, and I like to diffuse that one in my bedroom as well. Another great ready-to-use remedy that they have is the roll-on number 3, remedy number 3. This is the stress and insomnia one. So this is a tonic. It's designed to relieve nervous tension and promote relaxation. It's a really unique blend of sweet orange, lavender hybrid, bergamot, green mandarin, verbena, which is my favorite these days, and marjoram. So it's got a really kind of spicy base with a floral and sweet citrus kind of top note. So really lovely smell, this one. So this blend is designed to calm your nervous system. So it makes it useful for sleep as well as daily stress, and those spice notes from the marjoram are really grounding and help to open airways as well. So another great use, multi-use for the winter time. So this remedy can be applied to the inner wrists, the solar plexus, the temples toward the hairline is great as well for the stress ones. Another consideration for essential oils this season is for digestion and appetite. So you can use essential oils In culinary purposes, you can also diffuse them and apply them for food cravings, and you can use them as remedies for indigestion, for overeating, heartburn, nausea, and all of the other digestive upsets. So consuming essential oils must be done very carefully and only with certain ones, and they should always be mixed with a food grade carrier oil like olive or coconut or almond, whatever your choice is. So peppermint and clove are considered both safe for ingestion. Clove essential oil can be added to recipes like spice cake, gingerbread, pumpkin spice, things like that, chai. Lots of people use peppermint in their holiday baking. So my personal favorites, if anybody's asking, are peppermint shortbread and peppermint chocolate bark. Really great places to use your peppermint essential oil. And you can also add a few drops to hot chocolate too. The vanilla bourbon extract is another good one for baking and for hot chocolates and lattes and things like that too. So good. Lots of us struggle to make good dietary choices through the holiday season, and it can be kind of a slippery slope once you start eating more sugary things because you tend to crave more sugar the more sugar that you eat. That's the candida talking, by the way, another topic for another day. Diffusing or applying essential oils like verbena, which is my current favorite, like I can't get enough of it. Clary sage, vetiver, grapefruit, ylang ylang, and frankincense are all ones that are really great to help combat sugar cravings. So if you feel a food craving, especially sugar, try inhaling or diffusing one or a combination of any of these oils, and it kind of helps to just trick your mind to stop wanting that thing. It's great. You can treat various digestive issues with essential oils too. So overeating, nausea, and heartburn can all be treated with peppermint oil. It's like if you're going to have one oil on hand, that's the one you should have. The best way is to dilute it in water and sip it. I like to add a little aloe juice to mine because it adds that soothing feeling. So especially if you're treating something like heartburn, that aloe can really have a nice soothing effect with that nice cooling effect that you get from the peppermint as well. And the last little tip, which is kind of a silly one, is if you are a person who celebrates Christmas and you have a fake Christmas tree, gasp. If you are missing that aroma that comes from a live tree, try diffusing the tree oils or using the Nordica Forest Blend from Divine Essence. That one's a blend of balsam fir, black spruce, and white pine. It's very, very nice. It kind of gives you that smell without having all of the hassle of cleanup. I actually like to add 5 to 10 drops to a little paper ornament on my tree. I add it every couple of days, and it really helps me to keep that charade up. So there you go. Fun fact, fun little tip for the holidays. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment and let us know what your favorite essential oil for the holidays is. What do you use it for? What do you love about it? I want to know. Thank you so much for tuning in, and looking forward to seeing you next time.